Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Not the kind of gain that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for KC. 65 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. This is caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Though CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 5 between the 20s, not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They started on the ground with Eckler. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles already trailing that touchdown early in this offense. How imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Pretty effective opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the touchdown run earlier, and if he pots more of these 10 to 20-yard carries, could be a long game.
Yeah, those types of explosive runs wear down a defense. I think they need to add more people to the box, closer to the line of scrimmage, force them to throw the football, and see if they can slow them down that way.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Chiefs had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Touchdown! Donald Parham. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. And that flag accepted. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good routes downfield and allow the play to be successful. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
7-7, our score after 1. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his left. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Rolling to his right. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Play action. It's Herbert. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first and 10, Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Well, one thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The Charger drive about to get going. Losers in the season opener on Sunday, they get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go, they're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is, and we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2, so I would agree with you totally on that.
40 yards on the ground for him so far. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. Herbert off of play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now Herbert off the bootleg. And he's got it. Touchdown. Trey McKinney as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Hopkins with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14.
Chargers 21, Chiefs 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Chargers 28, Chiefs 14. Justin Hopkins to kick off for the Chargers.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Ekeler to begin the drive. And he's got some space here. He stiff-arms him. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 101 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. It's Ekeler again. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
There for the tackle was Trent McDuffie. To throw on 2nd and 6. Herbert. Allen's got it, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Up the middle with Ekeler. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they'll probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up 3rd down and allowed to throw it anyway.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage, who took away the easy throwing lanes and forced a high throw.
Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick 6. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Asante Samuel Jr. there finding his way to the ball for a stop and a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Derwin James with a pick. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
This is a counter play. Ekeler, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert, and this is caught by Williams. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Out of the gun, Ekeler running it. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Herbert, and it's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 120 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Caught by Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Nick Bolton there on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. One final try for Mahomes. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Chargers, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.